It's been a bit, been about a week and a half, give or take, So, just kind of just took some time away. But hey, guess what? We're gonna talk some stuff that happened over the weekend, maybe a little bit of stuff from Raw. Hell, we're gonna have a lot of fun for the next little bit here. Because you know what? It's been a while since we've done the show. Let's do this. Canadian YouTube wrestling guy Andrew. Hey, it's DA Wrestling. Let's do this. So, like I said, it's been about a week and a half since I last put out a video and put a recording and stuff like that. Because you know what? The Jays are in the World Series. Obviously, we're based in Toronto here. A lot of focus kind of went on that. My apologies for a lot of you, to all you guys out there. But we're going to talk about some stuff that happened over the weekend. Some interesting, cool things. Some stuff from Raw. See what goes on. Hey, before I go make for any further. So, Saturday's main event happened. I know we didn't do a predictions video, Andrew. I know. I'm sorry. Like I said, Jay's World Series kind of important. Anyway, Saturday main event happened. We have ourselves a couple new champions. Yeah. CM Punk is your new WWE champion. Kind of saw that one coming. Heavyweight champion. Kind of saw it coming. I mean, everybody's thinking saw that one coming. It's probably why I didn't really feel like doing a predictions video at the same time too, or because they didn't do one. But it's almost pretty obvious, And Jade Cargill finally got crowned as the women's champion on SmackDown, defeating, Tiffany Stratton, who's held that title for quite a while. Now, she had a good run with it. Wait to see what happens on SmackDown to see where this goes with Jade Cargill. Now, obviously they turned Jade Cargill heel about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. Good for them. I'm glad we haven't really got a chance to really mention it or talk about it, but we're going to talk about it right here really quickly here. Good. Not to say she's not, because she can potentially be a really cool face. But if you look at her stuff in AEW, you'll realize that she's a better heel than she is actually a face. Like some people are. So you can't really be upset by it. Can't really think. You guys more have to look forward to it. Hopefully her heel work in WWE is maybe a little bit better than what it was in AEW. But we'll wait to see and find out there. But congratulations to her. Glad to see it happens. Tiffany Stratton will probably be back and held that title again at some point. Look, they have a lot of faith in Tiffany Stratton. It's just right now, maybe it's time to move it to a shift thing with her. And I'm totally cool with that. But CM Punk is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion on the Raw brand there, beating Jey Uso. And some people said it kind of a screwy little bit of match, but I thought it was fine for what I saw. Look, Punk was always going to win this title. I don't really give a damn what people think about Jey Uso, saying, Jey Uso kind of should have won the title and all that stuff. No, he shouldn't, because guess what's going to happen, folks? Jey Uso, I'm going to switch over to Raw now really quickly, is probably going to end up being the one that at some point will do the complete heel turn, and he'll be challenging CM Punk down the line for the next probably, let's say, several months. Okay? CM Punk made his debut on Raw with the title. Right? Proclaimed that he wants to be a fighting champion. He's looking forward to having matches with people like AJ Styles, which by the way would be really cool. Right? Even teasing a Dominic Mysterio match because he wants to punch him in the face. And he mentioned too that possibly somewhere down the line he might even face Jey Uso again, which did go off really quickly too because Jey Uso and him tagged in the match, right? Later on that night to face Braun Breaker as well as Bronson Reed, right? Which kind of took over from the beginning of the segment, right? Now, Jey Uso wasn't in the beginning of the segment. He was there shortly after in a backstage segment with CM Punk, right? Saying that CM Punk, he needs help, all that stuff. Now, that being said, Logan Paul made an appearance there and kind of saying he wants to jump to the front line there and take on CM Punk, which brought in the Vision and told Logan Paul to get to the back of the line
You're not important. You're not who you think you are. Yada yada yada. Ron Breaker wants to fight. They've waited 2 weeks for this. They want to fight. They end up fighting Logan Paul, taking Logan Paul a little slightly out a little bit, right? Before that, Logan Paul threatened to leave because he didn't want to fight, and then decided to go in there and try to be like a face for a little bit. Jumped in and helped CM Punk. Got Tsunami for his help. Punk ended up chasing him off. Right, hold out the title. Hey, at the end of the night, Jey Uso got slammed. Punk got slammed. Logan Paul laid out Punk. Looks like he might be joining the division. Who knows if that's a thing that's going to happen. But you know what, though? Hey, you know what? It's okay. The more people we have kind of gathering for this thing, instead of just one after one after one, I kind of like it. A little bit of chaos. Who will be the one that takes Punk? I don't think anyone going to take the thing off Punk till maybe WrestleMania, which it might be a returning Seth Rollins or it might be, say, a Braun Breaker. But something eventually will take the title off of CM Punk. How they want to do it, who knows? Time will tell. It just happened. It's only about 2-3 days old. CM Punk's the heavyweight champion. First time he's held that title, well, since SummerSlam. But actually, he's held it longer so far. Good for him. A little bit of cash in on this time. He made that very clear. But I think Jey Uso is going to be the one that maybe threatens him for a while, goes heel for a little bit. He flat out said he doesn't care what his brother thinks, what Roman Reigns thinks, what his family thinks. It's all about Jey Uso. And Paul Heyman likes the vision because he was in a segment where he was sitting down talking to Jey Uso about this. So, I think Jey Uso is going to turn heel eventually on Punk. Not necessarily screw him out of the title, but making him know that he wants the title. We'll find out more about this as the weeks go on. Now, moving on to, I want to say something kind of funny, but they wanted to do a John Cena tournament to see who faces John Cena for his last match Saturday main event. A 16-man tournament on top of that to see who will get the honor of facing John Cena in his last match. Now, it's 16 people. They announced some of the matches, right, on Raw next week coming up, which will start in Boston, which John Cena will be there, right? One of the matches will be Damian Priest versus Rusev and Sheamus versus, who was it? Can't remember now. Oh, it'll come to me at some point. Might have been Balor. No, maybe not. Anyway, you're gonna get sometime next week. That's right there. Now Nick also will announce who will be on SmackDown, right? With those matches starting, which will probably start on the Friday after the Monday matches. Right? So 16-man tournament determine who will face John Cena. Now, some stuff just came out a few weeks ago saying it's probably going to be more likely that Gunther is going to be the one that does it. Now, I'm okay with that because there's also rumors out there too that one of the matches that John Cena might have is that John Cena might also regain or might win the IC title beating Dominic Mysterio. Because they're saying that Dominic Mysterio is going to face John Cena at some point, probably at Survivor Series, and win the IC title, which would mean whoever faces John Cena might become the new IC champion, which they say could be Gunther. Now, this term has the potential to see some people who may get another match at John Cena they haven't like from the past. Like it could be Sheamus from years ago. Sheamus and John Cena, right? Very young Sheamus, that is, right? You could get a Rusev. Remember Rusev and John Cena had a match at in San Francisco for WrestleMania 31, I believe it is, right in San Francisco. So you have that. More time will tell. They haven't said everybody's name out yet, though. They could be making this stuff on the fly for all we know. But hey, it's a tournament to see who John Cena faces to be his last match. Personally, I think the tournament's a little overkill. But hey, this is how you want to go nuts.
What else you got to lose? Well, except for John Cena. Speaking of Dominic Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio came out on Raw and declared himself the greatest luchador, the greatest IC champion of all time, the king of luchadores. And boy, he pissed off some people, didn't he? Well, his dad came back. His dad came back. He's back from injury. Rey Mysterio came on down. There was a nice, funny line, though, in that, too, where Rey Mysterio starts saying, "You think you're better than these people?" Starts naming off a couple, he named off a couple, uh, I guess, historic luchadors. And he mentioned Eddie Guerrero. To which Dominic Mysterio replied, which was very funny, saying, "You leave my dad's name out of your mouth. Leave your dad's name out of my mouth." That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Even Ray was kind of like probably trying not to laugh a little bit because he's like, right? It was funny, right? But way it looks, right, it ended up being where Rey Mysterio ends up getting the better of Dominic, which leads me to believe that is a possibility that Rey Mysterio will dethrone Dominic Mysterio, not for the IC title, but for the AAA title. Right? They're really trying to push AAA. I mean, you're having Dominic Mysterio win the thing. Now he's very, very popular for the most part. Like he's really grown a lot. Like whenever they decide to finally turn him face, it might be like a really big thing, or it could also be a giant bust. But it's pretty cool but how popular you guys actually become. Like go figure. Right? So to me, I think Rey Mysterio is going to be the one that defeats Dominic Mysterio for the AAA title, right? He'll probably hold it for a little bit there, right? And let somebody in AAA beat him to really build that up, because obviously I guess they don't see something in Vikingo, I guess, because maybe they do, maybe they don't, but I don't think they really see anything in Vikingo. I mean, honestly, he's been around for a bit, spent some time in AEW, the other promotion they don't like to mention too much, but we'll see. Also, on the show, we'll talk a little about Raw here, right? No, not Jade Cargill, right? The Kabuki Warriors are facing next week for the tag team titles, which happens to be matches, by the way. Next week's Raw happens to be pretty big, right? You're having the Kabuki Warriors take on Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss for women's tag team titles, right? You're having John Cena there, the star of the John Cena tournament. Also, you're going to have Stephanie Fakir take on, what's it called? Roxanne Perez? No. Raquel Rodriguez for the women's title. Can I just say something, though? Now, this match came to be over the whole thing with Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella felt she needed validation. Nikki Bella, in my eyes, is going to turn on Stephanie Fakir. Whether it happens at Monday or later, Nikki Bella was a better heel than she is a face. I think Nikki Bella's plan is to make sure she could become that new women's champion. So, do I think Nikki Bella's going to turn on Stephanie Fakir? Absolutely. When? Probably maybe next week. Maybe not. But I think it's coming. Right? I think it's going to be good because I think they want to try to put the strap on Nikki Bella and have that Nikki Bella versus Stephanie Fakir match. Looking forward to it. The next week's Raw sounds to be pretty cool. Maybe a really big one. Also, Cody Rhodes ended up beating Drew McIntyre at Saturday Night Main Event, and he cheated. That's right, he cheated. Now, it's not the first time he's cheated. He kind of cheated against Kevin Owens and putting his head into the title. Kind of the same thing here with Drew. Drew McIntyre has a lot of things to fight for and fight up and complain about. SmackDown should be interesting for that one because I'm looking forward to seeing that now. So, that's all I got so far. I'm back. Hopefully getting more stuff to you over the next little bit. Apologize for the past little bit there. It's been a little bit crazy time with the Jays playoff run and all that stuff. Now we're going to be back here at DA Wrestling though. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe down below. Small click for you, big click for us. We appreciate it. Follow us on Podbean for the audio version of this, as well as on Spotify also for the audio version of this. Thanks very much, guys. Have a good one. Be well. And guess what? We will talk to you all soon. Soon it will be. Adios.